beautiful humans. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and today we are asking the question, how can you heal, balance, and open your third eye chakra? This is part 6 of a 7-part series on the chakras that I've been doing. And this one in particular, I just want to guide you through my words, through what I'm channeling, into a new way of looking at your intuition, a new way of looking at how you can open your third eye or balance your third eye. So we have 3 groups to choose from today. Group 1 is the Shasta daisy. Group 2 is the pink carnation, and group 3 is the garden mum. So whichever flower is calling you in, go ahead and choose a group and we will get into the reading. So after the reading, we are entering into the infinite prayer today. The infinite prayer is a space that you enter into. You create a relaxing environment for yourself. You get rid of all distractions and you tune in. And what you're going to be doing is opening to receive an energy healing transmission. And the nature of these energy healing transmissions is infinite. I was called to create these and to channel these. When you purchase the energy healing transmission, I made it so that you can download the video. So being that these are infinite in nature, anytime you feel called to receive the transmission again, you may go ahead and listen to the video again, create that safe, sacred space again, and open to receive. And I promise you, you will receive another healing transmission each time. So I was inspired to create these because of a dream I once had, where the message within the dream was that divine healing is infinite in nature and should be ever flowing and should be shared. So that's why I create the infinite prayer. That's why I share these energy healing transmission. And all you need when you enter into the space is a little bit of faith, and you will receive that healing. So I would love some feedback. If you do decide to enter into the infinite prayer, I would love some feedback and to get a feel for how people are receiving these energy healing transmissions, because I am curious. I'm definitely curious. I have felt called to do this, and I understand the nature of it, and I understand why I'm doing it. But I definitely want to hear from you and how it's affecting you and what you felt during the energy healing transmission. So, okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the readings now. Hello, beautiful human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and today we are talking all things third eye. So how can you open your third eye? How can you balance your third eye? How can you get more in touch with your intuition? How can you release fears around opening your third eye and around tapping into your intuition, blockages? So it's just anything that this particular group needs to hear about this topic. I'm just open. I'm open to the message that wants to come through. So this is part 6 of a 7-part series on the chakras. If you'd like to check out any of those other videos, if you feel called into any of the flowers on those videos, they will be there for you. So I'm going to start off talking about the Shasta daisy. So the Shasta daisy, I wrote it down. It represents purity, innocence, clarity, and newness. So just the simplicity of the flower I thought was really beautiful, and I think that's why it's representing clarity and newness. It's just such a beautiful, simple, sweet flower. So so what I always do with my readings is I channel a message directly from the flower. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. So here we go. Before I get started, actually, I kind of want to be authentic and talk about how I'm feeling right now. And I don't know if this is something that is coming up because it is related to this group, and I know this is a third eye chakra reading, but I'm feeling this intensity within my solar plexus area. And I was feeling a lot of frustration and almost anger that was coming through. And it's this how do I describe it? It's this feeling of did I say frustration and anger? I mean, it is. It's as simple as that. It's frustration and anger with not seeing the results. Like, it could relate to me in my own life, and it could just be me, but if there's frustration and anger around not seeing the results in your life that you want to be seeing, then that could be a confirmation that this is your reading. If you have been feeling like all of your efforts that you've been putting in haven't been coming to fruition in the way that you would like, that could be a confirmation, because that really came through. And it's not, I mean, I've got stuff, I'm working on, and I think we all have these human emotions, of course, but it just felt very like foreign almost. So it didn't necessarily feel like it was mine. So I'm wondering if it has to do with this reading. So we're going to keep that in mind. If once I get into the reading and it doesn't directly relate to that, I am going to probably just cut this part out, because then I'll just know that it's mine and it had nothing to do with the reading, and maybe it's just something I need to process before getting into the reading. But I just wanted to say that because I just wanted to be real about what was coming up right now. It could be relevant. So if you're feeling frustrated, annoyed, kind of, I guess, unseen in the work you've been putting in your life or the effort you've been putting in, I honor you. I see you for how much work you've been putting in and what you've been doing. Or if you haven't felt like you've been doing enough, or you question whether or not you are doing the right things, and you question if you've been selfish, or if you've been walking in the wrong direction. I just want to say you're not. You are walking in the right direction, and I'm sorry that things haven't been coming to fruition in the way that you'd hoped, but I think there's something greater for you than what you even imagine. So, yeah. So, the message, so let's go ahead and channel a message from the Shasta daisy now. And I don't know if it has anything to do with Mount Shasta, but that could have something, that could be some sort of confirmation for you too, if Mount Shasta is significant to you. So, but yeah, let's get this channel message from this flower. There is a deep well of peace within you that is waiting to be accessed. Your body, mind, heart, and soul are meant to know sustained, rooted, solid and stable peace and groundedness and faith and pleasure, contentment, and love. There is a deep well of goodness and connection awaiting you. You can find it within. It's there. It'll always be there. Any distractions, any feelings of loss, any feelings of not being good enough, of not doing enough, release them now. Let them go. You are good enough. You have done enough. You can set your burdens down now. You are free to feel peace, and that doesn't mean that you're not on the path to productivity, on the path to success, on the path to love. Just because you take a moment, a breather, just because you let it all go, you let go of control of all of it, it doesn't mean that you've given up. It just means that you've put control in the place where it's meant to be, and that is in the hands of the divine. So, okay. So that is your message from the Shasta daisy. It's kind of giving this feeling of letting go and trusting, and this feeling of whatever this internal drive is, or this pressure you put on yourself is, anything that hold you back from experiencing peace or experiencing pauses in your life. Anything that tells you you can't do that, you need to be on it, you need to be working towards something, you need to be being productive. Even though you know deep down that your body and your spirit are craving stillness, those feelings and energies and thoughts are meant to be processed in that space of stillness. Let them come up. They're there. You can't just push them away. You can't just ignore them. But take that time for stillness and let those energies come up and then let them go. And then just wait and the stillness will come through. And after you find those pockets of stillness in your life, you'll realize that it's safe to enter into those spaces often. In fact, it's necessary for you in order to really, truly live your dreams. Because if you can't take care of your body, if you can't take care of your soul, if you can't find stillness and freedom within yourself, then what's the point? What's the point of going after your dreams? What's the point of doing all these things? Stillness is necessary. And it really feels like the third eye, the messages that are wanting to come in through your intuition are being blocked by all the pressure you put on yourself, all the pressure society puts on you. It really just feels like it's time to truly devote time and energy and space in your life for stillness and for peace. Even if it takes a minute to get to the stillness and the peace once you've allowed yourself that time and space. So interesting. Okay. So I went ahead and pulled an overarching theme card from the Herbal Astrology Oracle. And your overarching theme is number 16 with Mucuna. And it says journey. And I think it's Neptune. What were the planets associated? No, I was wrong. Mercury and Uranus. So Mercury is about communication and Uranus is kind of about randomness and upheaval. So that's interesting. And Mucuna, this card represents a state of transition, leaving behind what is familiar, moving towards the unknown, and connection to a higher mind, trusting a higher consciousness. So, okay. So it really feels like with this group, we are working towards something. We're wanting change in our life. So the message about like all this pressure and all this weight that we put on ourselves to move forward, I feel like, and then that stillness that is needed, I feel like this is a journey about leaving behind what is no longer serving us moving forward and realigning ourselves with our true values, what we truly want in our mind, body, and soul, letting go of external and societal pressure. And so yeah, I'm going to pull a couple more cards from the Woodland Wardens, and these are going to be kind of supporting energies. We've got the Possum and Peony with bashfulness, and the Otter and Cattail with peace. Okay, so these two are giving me, like, of course, the peace card, this pulling you into your, of course, the peace card, what we just talked about, allowing yourself to fall into a state of peace, a state of stillness. And then this bashfulness energy is interesting. Bashfulness, to me, it's almost feeling like there are messages that want to come through, and it's feeling as if the messages are being a little bit bashful that want to come through to you. It's like there's so much going on in your mental space and in your energetic space and your physical space that there's not enough room for them to fully breathe and for them to fully be seen in what these messages are, and for them to be fully integrated into your reality. So we are definitely being called here to clear away the things that are getting in the way of you opening up your third eye, seeing the truth of your situation, seeing the truth of who you really are and what you really want and what it is you are really working towards. Yeah, there's a clearing away that wants to happen so that this beautiful life and trajectory and path can open up before you, and so that you may take one step at a time on that path. So yeah, we're definitely, it feels as if you've been distracted from your true north, and this reading wants to pull you back on that path. So let's get into the tarot. I have pulled cards from, okay, I'm going to show you the cover because I don't know how to pronounce this. It's the Enchanted Pharaxa tarot, and it's a German word, I think, so I'm not sure. Oh, it's a Swedish word, meaning to enchant. So inspired by Norse folk tales and fairy lore. Okay, so yeah, let's get into the tarot. Alrighty, so how can we move group one forward on this path? How can we help to clear away? What do they need to hear, actually? What does group number one most need to hear right now in their life? As I'm shuffling the cards, I am getting this feeling of there is so much in your life that you can clear away, that is within your power to clear away, that you haven't yet. And it's something it's just patterning, it's habits, it's ways of being, ways of thinking. There are these things that there is like an intimidation energy, like where you are almost afraid to clear away these things because you are almost afraid of your own power. You are afraid of the truth that wants to pour through you, the power that wants to pour through you, because once this starts pouring through you, your life is going to change. The people around you are going to respond to you differently. You are going to access a deep power within that has the power to alter the world around you. Your actions will be more potent because you'll be more aligned with your true vision, your true north, and your soul's true compass. So definitely there are some shifts that need to be made, and you're ready to make them. It is time. I would not be channeling this message if it was not time for you to step into your power and to step into your truth. I don't know what this fear is, but we might get into the fears. Actually, you know what? Let's ask that question right now. What is the fear? Why are we fearing our own power? What is going on there? Let's start with that. Okay, so we've got the Six of Wands. All right, so the Six of Wands is about success and public recognition and being seen. We've got a fear of being seen. We've got a fear of people witnessing our truth. So it might be a fear of vulnerability. It might be a fear of being attacked once we are kind of in the public eye or in the light, seen by more people. We might be fearing criticism. We might be fearing judgment from other people. I almost got this feeling like there's this fear of the ego death that might happen through this process because of the responsibility that comes with being seen by a lot of people. And so, because the thing is like, this is a group of people who, like whoever's here at this reading, you are following your soul's calling and you're wanting to do it authentically. You are wanting to do it with reverence to what is true and what is good. You're wanting to be humble within this process. And this might bring you into a space where you are seen by more people. And you are seen in your humility, in your love, in your passion, whatever it is you're following. and you are seen within a very vulnerable space because you are going to be in your most authentic space. So I think there's some fear there. So what's going on with that fear? How can we shift? Let's move into how can we shift this fear? How can we move? I almost feel like I'm already getting the message, but let's see what we've got. So, okay, so how can we move forward? How can we shift this fear? So we've got the Eight of Swords, feeling stuck. Okay, so my message, the message that's coming through feels like you might feel like it's impossible for you to shift this fear, or it's impossible for you to move forward. Yeah, it's like a feeling of impossibility to move forward because it's not something you've ever experienced. Because what you're walking into is a new experience of your reality where you're more seen and you're more witnessed and you're more honored in your light. And it's on a greater scale than it's ever been for you, especially in whatever arena you're walking into right now, this authentic soul path that you're being called into. So it feels like you just don't understand what it's going to look like. But what's being called here is that you're open to it. You're open to the shift. You're open to being seen in whatever way God, the universe, your inner light, your higher self, whatever it is you call this force that's guiding you. You're open, that you're being called to be open to what this is going to look like for you. It's going to be, in the beginning, it's going to feel like you're a fish out of water. It's going to feel uncomfortable because it's brand new. It's something you've never done before. It's something you've never experienced before. You'll be getting praise, though. You'll be getting praise. You'll be getting support. You'll be getting love, and the world will be honoring you. That's actually, wow. So it's almost this fear or worry about being honored and being loved and being seen in all of who you are, and being appreciated in that space. I think it's this feeling of, I don't really fully know what that's going to feel or look like. And so I'm afraid of it. And I don't know if I'm going to take it well. It's almost like this feeling of like, am I going to have enough humility? Am I going to receive that well? How am I going to receive it? Like just ego worries. I don't know. It's just this concern about, it might be a worthiness thing. There might be an issue of worthiness here. It just, like the contrast between these two energies is so different. So this is what you're being called into, this beautiful Six of Wands, being honored and seen in your light, being congratulated, being loved, people will be grateful for your service that you're bringing forth. People will be grateful for you showing up in your light, because you showing up in your light, whatever it is supporting others and helping them show up in theirs, helping them gain access to theirs. So there's almost this feeling of unworthiness that's going to come forward. And a message and a thought I just had, a way to process this and release this is to surrender it over to the divine and know that whatever's pouring through you, that's helping others and that they're praising you for and they're giving you that positive feedback for, whatever's coming through that, if you look at this as you are just channeling the light from a higher source, from the divine into the world, what you're giving the world is the goodness that wants to pour through you from a higher source. So as these people praise you, you can take that praise and give it right back to God. You can say, God, I praise you. Thank you. Thank you for this love. Thank you for this light that's poured through me. Thank you for the love that they sent to me, because I know it's only going to magnify my heart, magnify the love inside of me, magnify my connection to you. Give this back to the divine, and the divine, it'll just be this beautiful flow of sacred energy through you into others, from others into you, and back up to the divine. And it'll be like a sacred cycle that's like pouring through you into them, back from them into you, through God into them, and then into you. It's just like, let the divine be a part of that. Allow the divine to be the orchestrator of that, because that is who the divine is. And so when you think of it as this praise and this love that's coming from the outside world onto you, you think of it as coming from the divine through other people, as opposed to these people giving something to you and you feeling unworthy of this thing, like they're giving something of them. You know, it's not taking away from them. It's just all this love that's just pouring in and being magnified. So yeah, think of it that way and just put it in its rightful place. Give it back to the divine, and know that God deems you worthy to feel and receive and to allow all of this love and this appreciation and this attention and this glory and all of this. You are worthy of it to flow through you. That's how you can kind of surrender it and not let it get to your ego, and be a part of it and receive it fully. As if you know it's a temporary visitor, but it's going to empower you even more, and it's going to lift you up even more and lift your spirits up even more, knowing it's from God first and foremost. It's from the universe. It's from your higher self. Like, it's from this higher divine guidance, like force of guidance for you. First and foremost, like the heart of the divine. So that's interesting. I love that message. Okay, so I'm just going to pull another card and maybe I'll pull a few more actually, and we'll see kind of where we're going with this reading. So, all right. So we've got the Lover, well, the Two of Wands, the Two of Fire, the Lovers, and the Queen of Air, or the Queen of Swords. Whew. This is an intense one for me to channel. My solar plexus is going nuts, but again, that could be my own thing. All right. So, with the Two of Wands being a center card, this really does feel like a continuity of the message I had earlier about you aligning with your highest vision for yourself, aligning with your true north. The Two of Wands is about vision. It's about planning. It's about looking at what's in front of you. And I think it's kind of about manifestation, because I think without visioning what you're moving towards, you can't manifest anything. I think that's a huge part of manifestation. And I just like this fairy here. She's got these fire in her hands and she's looking forward, and it looks like there are two paths. We've got the city in the background. I guess I'll raise this up so you can see the card. It's actually a really pretty card. So yeah, we've got the city in the background, and then we've got over here, it's more of a wooded area. So it's kind of like a choice between two different paths. And this really feels like you are being aligned onto the right path for you. You're being recalibrated. You are surrendering at this point in your life to what is best for you. You are letting go of energies and ways of being that aren't serving you anymore. You are trusting in the divine to guide you. And the vision that is being dropped into your mind, body, spirit, and soul is the true vision. And this vision may change over the course of your life, but the feeling you get when you align with it will not change. You will always have that feeling and that knowing that you are surrendered to something bigger than you, that you are surrendered in service to the divine. And what you're called to do when you're aligned with the divine is so sacred and so special and so unique to you. And it's going to feel right, even when it's uncomfortable sometimes, because sometimes it's going to be uncomfortable because you're going to be stretched outside of your comfort zone. You're going to be put in situations you've never been in before. You're going to be put in places of being seen and being visible that make you a little uncomfortable and that your ego has some issues with because you're afraid of how you might be perceived. But if you're trusting in the divine to guide you through these uncomfortable portals, then that's all you need. When you literally move forward knowing you're called to do something, even if it's so uncomfortable, knowing that God, the divine, is literally walking you through it and giving you the words, giving you the energy, whatever it is you need to enter into those spaces that you're called into, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. If you're in complete surrender to the highest good of all, you can't go wrong. So surrender is actually a main theme for this reading. Definitely. Surrender. Surrender, trust. All right, so this is future Krista chiming in because the clip for the next half of that reading somehow got corrupted and I cannot retrieve it. So I have to re-record the end of the reading, which is apparently meant to be. I've never had to do this before, so it's been interesting. At first I was really frustrated, oh man, and I had remembered that the end of this reading was really good. I really felt like I got in a flow and a really strong message came through. And if I remember correctly, here's the thing, it's hard to pull back exactly what the message is, because when I'm in the flow, it's like you're in a whole different world. But if I do remember correctly, the energy that was coming through at the end of the reading was this urgency, this feeling of, see, it's blanking out. It's almost like this message is not meant to be said. And I am kind of taking that as something shifted in your energy from the messages I was relaying in the beginning of the reading to what was going to come in at the end. I feel like something has internally shifted inside of you to where you no longer need that other message and you're going to need this new message that's coming through. I went ahead and put down, I went back and looked at the reading and I went ahead and put down the exact cards that were there. But I am actually going to re-pull all of the cards and see what this new message is, after the shift that apparently happened or is going to happen inside of you that makes the old message obsolete. But yeah, and then I did bring a fresh new Shasta daisy for your reading, because I just think whatever this message is fresh and new for you. So, okay, herbal astrology, what is the overarching theme of this new message? All right, so we've got number 52, lemon balm with nurture. So the astrological ruler of this card, rulers are Ceres and Jupiter. To be honest, I have no idea what Ceres is. Okay, so it says Roman goddess Ceres rules health, agriculture, nutrition, fertility, and our relationship to mother, the nurturance or lack thereof with family relationships, and our ultimate connection to Mother Earth. Ceres describes what we need to feel nurtured in this life and how we nurture those around us. Like Jupiter, her qualities are jovial, supportive to our sense of well-being and longevity. Yeah, definitely a strong energy shift happening, because the energy of the previous reading when I was in it was very intense and kind of heavy and kind of uncomfortable. And this is feeling like a lighter, more subtle, more vibey, nurturing energy that's coming through. So, okay. And then I'm going to pull 2 more Woodland Warden supportive cards. See what we get. Before we had peace and bashfulness. And let's see what this is. 2 more that more accurately represent. Okay, so we've got loyalty and healing wounds. And we've got the badger and ginkgo. and the Hound and Pair. So loyalty and healing wounds, and then nurture. All right, and I'm going to pull some tarot now. The energy that's coming through feels very strongly about an inner healing that's happening, and like a gentle healing that's needed here. This feels like you've done the surrendering. You've done what you needed to do as far as letting go of how everything unfolds and trusting your path. And because you've done that, you can walk your path more gently. You can embrace what the day beholds for you, what each day beholds for you, what each moment beholds for you. There's a softening that's happening in your energy, and it's really positive. All right, so we've got the Four of Wands, or the Four of Fire. We've got the Six of Cups, Five of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Star. All right. So if this is reading as an entirely new reading, just take it for what it is. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Just take this for what it is. You might have just needed both messages today. But this is a very... Okay. So the most important thing to you in your life is feeling settled within your soul, feeling like you're connected to the people around you, like you have support, you have love, you feel a part of something bigger than yourself, not only with God and with the universe and your purpose and your potential, but with the people in your life, with your community, with your family. This is highlighting how important this side of your journey is. And with the Five of Swords in the center, it feels like there's been some form of inner conflict surrounding your community and your connection to the world around you. It feels as though the soft energy that's coming through is helping you to release any feelings of unworthiness, of feeling harmonious in your relationships. With the Star here, the Star is about your highest dreams coming true. And this is touching on how your home life and the people in your immediate environment, the people who you spend the most time with, your most intimate connections, how important these are to you, and how these are just as important of a dream. Like this harmonious home life, community reality is just as important of a dream as your life's purpose, your life's work. There is this feeling of having it all and not having to compromise, not having to sacrifice by way of feeling connected just so you can feel purposeful in this life, just so you can feel like successful in this life. This is saying you get to have it all. And there are people out there who want to be in your life and who are soulmates, or maybe people who are in your life right now who are soulmates. And there is a nurturing that wants to happen of these relationships. And there might be some conflict, internal conflict around this, or resistance around this. So I kind of want to pull a few more tarot cards to understand what this resistance is. So what is the resistance around harmonizing with these soulmates, these people that are meant to be in group number one's life? So we've got So far we've got the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. What else? I think it wants to be upright. And the Three of Cups. Well, this is very harmonious. This is very positive. So I'm curious, like my question was, what is that resistance and why is it there? Why is it present? But we've got this, I'm getting, it's like a fear of the unknown, like moving forward and deepening into intimacy, deepening into deepening into trust with the people in your life, or opening up to deeper intimate relationships that want to come into your life. It's like a fear of the unknown, because all of this seems so positive and so harmonious, and it really feels like there's this natural, grounded reciprocity and connection that wants to happen for you. And it's a new experience. So it really feels like fear of the unknown, fear of newness. But the message here, I feel like, yeah, I'll pull a card. Yeah, so we've got the Moon. I think there's some stuff going on underneath the surface with your feelings of like not only like the possibility that this harmonious reality and these connections and this feeling of being connected in a healthy way, in a positive way, in a way that is fulfilling to your community, like A, it being possible, and B, you being worthy of it. So you feeling worthy of the love that wants to come into your life. There's some digging that needs to be done here. There's some nurturing of your own soul wounds around community that needs to be done. There's some time alone that needs to happen so you can let this part of you come up and ask yourself why you've denied yourself these relationships. Yeah, there's some questioning there that needs to happen. Okay, so is there anything else? I want to see if there are any other cards that want to come out. We've got the Knight of Swords and the Four of Swords. And I want one more. And Death. Okay. So, communicating with your soul. So Four of Swords is about rest, about nurturing. There's a lot here about nurturing yourself. Four of Swords being about rest. I think that's the path you need to take to allow this communication to come through. So yeah, with the Knight of Swords, some messages want to come through from your soul. That this part of you that's felt unworthy or felt like it's an impossibility to feel connected, truly connected to your community in a way that your soul craves, there's a message from her to you that you need to listen to and understand. And there are some ways of being and thought patternings and wounds and things that are contributing to her isolating herself. And with the Death card, there's a transformation and a rebirth that is asking to be done through you. So, and like with all these like snake skins at the bottom of this card, it really is, there's something pure that wants to emerge from the grounds of that wounding. So there is, like I said, just some, take some time out, a pause, a rest, some time to yourself, true time to yourself. Let go of all of your responsibilities and your, like, if you can, take some time and just put everything on the back burner and put your soul's health as number one. And actually, your soul's health should be number one all the time. So if there has been too much focus on other things, your work, for instance, your purpose, first and foremost is the health of your soul. So yeah, you're being called to take some time out and listen. And a new truth is meant to emerge through you that will help move you forward to being more close to this harmonious reality within your intimate relationships and your community. So I hope that hit, because the last message was so powerful, I remember, and it was like, whoa, this is a truth that needs to be heard right now. And it was like this awakening energy that was coming through before, of like realignment of what's most important. And it feels like there is a success there. You have realigned, you have surrendered. And it's like after having done that, you are waking up to the reality that there are some soul wounds that need to be nurtured and healed. So I think that's it. I think that's your final message. Thank you so much. I did actually enter into the infinite prayer after the sessions yesterday. So that is available to you down below. I'll put a link down below. The infinite prayer is a space that you can enter into where you can open up to receive an energy healing transmission. These transmissions are infinite in nature. I have made it so that you can download the video and you can enter into that space as often as you need. And each time you will receive an energy healing transmission. And it's one of those things where God kind of takes the lead. I channel the transmission. I use my Reiki and prayer and everything I got to channel the transmission. But once it's in your hands, that is kind of your relationship with that portal. And so, like I said, it's infinite in nature. You can watch the video, listen to the video as often as you want, and each time the transmission will feel and look differently. So, and sometimes there are some added messages in that transmission as well. So if you'd like to check that out, the link will be down below. And I do remember I forgot to tell everybody yesterday about my other YouTube channel. It is called Soul Hearken. It is my heart and soul in video form. There is a link down below if you'd like to check that out as well. So thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, beautiful human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. You have chosen group number 2. This is the Pink Carnation. The pink carnation symbolizes gratitude and humility. And, I forgot to say, today's reading is about the third eye. So this is a message from the third eye. How can you open your third eye? How can you balance your third eye? It's really anything that wants to come through regarding your intuition. So I'm going to channel a message from the pink carnation first, and then we will get into the reading. There's a lightness and a joy that is awaiting you on the other side of this transition you're walking through. You are going to feel rooted and grounded in your light. You are on your way to a path of embodiment that feels effortless, that feels faithful, that feels stable, and feels worth the wait. Worth the intense transitional energies you've had to walk through. Lightness, clarity, peace, a sense of wholeness, a sense of rightness is what is coming to you and is what is available to you. And I keep feeling as soon as you walk through this portal. So if you've been walking through intensity, you've been walking through a huge shift that's changing you and that's pushing you outside your comfort zone. This energy that wants to come through this reading right now is the lightness the beauty, the joy, the stability, the strength that is coming through on the other side that is meant for you. So whatever it is you're walking through, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's going to be worth it. All right. So already the energy is so much lighter than group number one. So it could be related to group number one. It really feels like, I think all my readings do end up being some sort of trajectory that all could be interrelated, that maybe you could be called to one, maybe you're called to like 1 and 3, or, I always feel like they're somehow connected. So if you have been going through an intense portal of transformation and change and surrender, group number one might be of interest to you. But if you're just called to group number 2 right now, welcome. We are going to get into this energy right now. It's so much lighter than group. Okay. Group number 1 was awesome. Don't get me wrong. It was a beautiful, powerful, impactful message that needed to be said. And it just felt like it was urgent almost to be said, but I'm excited for this one. So we've got number 34. So I pulled a card from the Herbal Astrology Oracle. This is going to be overarching themes. And we've got number 34, Mitra Genia. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but we're going to go with it, with shape-shifting. So this is associated with the planets of Saturn and Neptune. So Neptune is about dreaming. It's a very strong water element card, and Saturn is more about structure and, Saturn's kind of a rough energy sometimes, but it does get you on track. It might be a little harsh, but it gets you on track. So I wonder if this is like, this kind of like Saturn and Neptune seem so opposite energies of each other. It seems like this dreamy, ethereal, light energy mixed with this structured, rigid, authoritative energy. So it's almost like I'm feeling this combination of this dreaminess, but also this kind of more responsible energy, wanting to rein in the dreaminess enough so that you can ground things into reality. So, So this might be something about pulling your dreams and your intuitive energies, your visions, the vision you see moving forward in your life, pulling it down into your body and onto the earth, in a way that truly is manifesting these things onto the earth. So, of course, visioning for yourself is a lot easier than manifesting the vision. Manifesting the vision is where all the work lies. It's where all the learning comes. It's the true path, and finding joy and peace on that path to creating that vision, and being open to the journey that wants to unfold, as opposed to, it could swing the opposite direction. You could get controlly about how you want the vision to unfold, and you could try to force something to happen that doesn't necessarily want to happen, or you might be missing out on something because you have a rigid understanding of what your vision is or what's supposed to happen. So it really feels like this beautiful intermingling of Saturn energies and Neptune energies, where you're honoring this beautiful, flowy, unexpected pathway that wants to open up for you, but you're also honoring the part of you that needs structure and needs discipline, and sees this manifestation through to the end, while also staying flexible and free to the path, like I said, that wants to open up for you. So that's really beautiful. Yeah. I'm just kind of looking here to see if we've got dragonflies. Yeah, I love this. And it really does. It feels like there's this crystal ball here, and this plant rooted in the crystal ball and growing. So yeah, whatever path you're on, I'm getting this really strong confirmation that you're on the right path, that you are manifesting your dreams into reality, that the actions you have been taking in your reality have been grounding. They are leading you towards something, and that the path wants to unfold in a new way. And so be open. It just really feels like there's this openness that wants to come through, because there's this beauty that awaits you. There's so much joy and beauty and light and goodness in the material world that wants to come through for you. So let's pull, I did pull a couple of cards from the Woodland Wardens. They're going to be kind of supporting energies. We've got the raccoon and the sycamore with curiosity. And we've got the vulture and asphodel with upheaval. All right. Okay. Yeah, this mixture of Saturn with Neptune, I really feel like you're being called with curiosity and upheaval. I think you're being called to let go of the shape that you think your vision is going to take in the world. It feels like the Saturn energies have been very heavy for you. The discipline, the structure, the action you've been taking and you know, putting things forward and or moving things forward for you in this vision you've seen, you're creating. But now I think it's time to get back into the vision-y energy a little bit, or not even that necessarily. It's more of like an opening to the infinite possibility of what actually wants to happen. So yeah, we're kind of loosening our grip a little bit on how your life's unfolding. Okay, so I'm going to pull some tarot now from the Enchanted, we're going to say Pharaxa. Here's what it is. I don't know how to pronounce that word, but this is the tarot deck I'm pulling from. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's see what message is coming through. All right, so message from the third eye, or how can we balance our third eye? How can we let go a little bit? You know, the original message that's coming through here is letting go of the plan and moving forward with a lightness and with a trust. How can we move forward? Okay, so we've got the Page of Pentacles, or the Page of Earth, the Queen of Wands, the Four of Cups, Four of Water, and nope, two more. The Seven of Swords and the Page of Wands. So we've got two pages here. All right. So originally with the Page of Pentacles over here, I was getting that curiosity energy, that fresh new energy. There really is this, I think you need to, like, it's like a letting go of the way your expectations thus far, or even the way you've been doing things thus far. I feel like the energy you're moving into is more light, is more fun, is more free, and is more curious, is more interactive with the divine, interactive with your intuition, interactive with your internal compass. So I think, like, if you've been feeling like things have been stale, if you've been feeling like things have not turned out the way you'd hoped after putting work in or after taking certain steps towards something, it feels like the approach is going to be changing completely. Your new approach is play. Your new approach is love, is curiosity, is fun. I feel like you have permission to let go of all of it. And I think that's going to be a huge relief to you. Whatever burdens or weight you've been carrying about some responsibility that you have in your life, it is time to let go. It is time to let go of all of it. I almost just see you like going to a place where there's water and nature and just surrendering everything. Surrendering all of the world's expectations. Surrendering all of your own expectations, all of the weight you've been putting on yourself, all of the things that have been telling you that you're not living up to what it is that you're supposed to be doing, that you must not be living up to it because these certain things aren't how they're meant to be in the world yet. Like, you haven't manifested these things yet, so you must be doing something wrong. Anything that's putting weight on you and making you feel as if you are doing something wrong, period. It is time to let all of that just dissipate into the waters that you're swimming in. Like, go, I really feel like swimming, being in water feels very much what you're being called into. We need that fluid energy. We need that cleansing energy. We need to let it all go. So, where are we going next here? Yes, we're being called into shapeshift into the person who's daring enough to live life on his or her or their own terms. Truly. Not just in action, but in feeling, in expressiveness. A rebellion of the weight of the world that a lot of people think they're supposed to carry. A rebellion of that way of life in favor of one that's lighter, freer, more childlike. There's this Four of Cups card here that I keep being called into. And yeah, this transformation energy is really strong. And just it's like a letting go and letting things shape shift right in front of your eyes and just being okay with it and trusting it. So it looks like the original intention for this card is someone who's more focused on themselves and their own reflection, and they're kind of ignoring this person behind them who wants their attention. And this could go either way. This could be one of those things where you're ignoring this beauty that wants to have... I feel like there are two messages in this card. The first one is there's this beauty and this love and this way of being, this lightness that wants to come through and that you have permission to experience in your life. That you've been so absorbed with what you think you're supposed to look like, how you think you're supposed to act, what you like, the expectations of the world that are upon you. It feels as though you've been preoccupied with that. I'm not living up to this. I'm not doing that. And all the while, there's this energy that wants to pull you in. The other interpretation of this card is this woman over here is that societal energy, or is that weight and pressure that you put on yourself. And here you are next to the water, just allowing, like with this dragonfly here representing transformation, just looking at yourself in the water in a new way, seeing yourself in a different way, seeing your life in a different way, and just ignoring like this echo is here, this echo of these expectations are here, but I'm allowed to sit here and watch and see how my life can shapeshift when I surrender it up to the divine and trust that I'm allowed to feel good. I'm allowed to feel light. I'm allowed to enjoy my life. I'm allowed to feel free, even when the rest of the world maybe around me that doesn't let themselves feel free. This is something I'm allowed to do and I'm worthy of. We're all worthy of it. And I'm going to have the audacity to accept it for myself. I get to enjoy my life. I get to love my life. Yeah, it really, like the Seven of Swords is about deception. So it really feels like you might have gotten off track a little into the deception of the expectations of the people in the world around you, of society. There really is a breaking away that needs to happen from societal expectation, a true breaking away, a true surrender, so you can let go and open up to the vision of your life that really wants to come forward. So these voices, these thoughts, these expectations, these energies have infiltrated your view of yourself and what you think you're supposed to do and how you think you're supposed to act. But there is a much truer version of you that's wanting to unveil herself. And it is time to take a moment, take some space to allow this version of you to come forth. There's this amazing, beautiful, curious, sensual, loving of yourself part of you that is ready to be reawakened in you. Your life is meant to look different than what it is now. And that doesn't necessarily mean your circumstances will change. It just means your vision of who you are is going to change. So we've got the Page of Wands and the Queen of Wands here. I am feeling as though you're being called into your power. Once you allow yourself this time to surrender everything and let the divine shape shift your vision of who you are in your life and reawaken to that vision, a renewed sense of power is going to pour through you. And at first it's going to feel very simple, very positive, simple, soft. A soft power is going to pour through. It's like a small flame's going to be lit. It feels like a very gentle journey. So as I mentioned before, if you've gone through an intensity, this is a new phase after the intensity and the transformation you've already gone through that's been a little bit more difficult and uncomfortable. This is a phase of slow and gentle rising. So this is you starting out with this little flame that you're keeping alive and you're allowing to guide you. And it's pulling you into this powerful yet grounded view of who you are. I feel like you're going to start understanding your power in like this really humble and gentle way. Yeah, this feels so soft, so easeful. So if there's like group number one, they're kind of, what came through was kind of this fear of one's own power, fear of one's own influence, or fear of being viewed in one's own power. And once you're over that transformation and you are more in touch with who you really are and you've let go of these societal expectations, this gentle power will come through and you'll be able to embody it with ease because there will be nothing impeding it anymore. And you'll realize in this energy of being surrendered up to the divine's plan for you and being surrendered up to the divine's vision of who you are and knowing of who you are, being more connected to your true nature and your true self and your true vision for your life and purpose for your life. This power, this embodiment of this power is going to feel easeful and free and light. It's going to feel effortless because it's just who you are. It's simply who you are. What awaits you is an effortless embodiment of your own power, a reception of what the world wants to give you. Because even though there are these societal expectations and negative things in the world, there is also the good. There is also the true divine inherent nature of nature itself. We live on Earth. We don't live like Earth is greater than society. The power of the earth is greater than the power of society. The power of the structures that have been built. The power of this earth is greater. And something I wrote about a year ago in my journal, I remember writing, "We will die before she does." This earth will take over before we kill her. She is more powerful than us. So trusting and knowing in the laws of nature and aligning with her truth and knowing that she is greater than all of the societal bullshit, all of these societal expectations and the structures that human beings have created that are not in alignment with nature. Honoring in nature above all those things, and trusting that the natural law is for you to receive, is for you to give, and for you to receive in return. That is the natural law. So when you're moving forward in your manifestation journey, trust that it is law, that you receive what is rightfully yours. You receive what your soul needs, whether that be physical sustenance, a home in nature, a home, whether that be, like, trust that the currency of money is something that is aligned with nature. Realign your understanding of abundance to knowing it all is natural. Realign yourself with that natural flow. I think that's kind of the key to allowing yourself to receive the life you're meant for. Because what I'm kind of picking up on is this misunderstanding of what it means to be aligned with true abundance. And this placement of power on societal, quote, limitations and societal structures over the natural flow of what nature wants to provide for you. So yeah, a realignment with nature, a realignment with what true abundance really means, and knowing your worthiness of it, and knowing it's connected to the material world through nature. That's what the material world is. It is nature. It's all of nature. Yes, so what needs to be balanced within your third eye and your understanding, your awareness, is this merging of how that works for you and how you can connect to abundance and allowing yourself to receive abundance. Sorry, I don't know how this got on abundance all of a sudden, but let's roll with it. But yeah, like how you can allow yourself to receive abundance by connecting to nature and knowing that all of that abundance inherently comes through nature. And aligning with her is going to make you feel so good in how you're attracting abundance, because you'll be doing so in a way that serves the earth, in a way that serves humanity. It will all make sense. It will. There's just a slight adjustment that needs to be made. I feel like there's been a blockage of you receiving what's rightfully yours, the life that's rightfully yours, the love and the embodiment of this sensuality and this connection to the world around you in a healthy way, in a way where you feel sustained and supported in your physical vessel. This all wants to come through for you, where you feel rooted in who you are, in your power, in a healthy, strong, just stable way that's connected to the earth as well. So this is new, like with the page of earth and the page of fire here, tapping into this. Yeah, and it's got all the elements here, air, water, fire, and earth. I think this confidence is going to pour through you in knowing that you're worthy of the life that you want, because you're aligned with nature. So, is there anything else? I feel like I need to pull a few more tarot cards to kind of get like a little final message here. Anything else want to come through for group number 2? Alrighty, so we've got another page, a page of water, and then we've got a king of wands. So we've got both the queen of wands and the king of wands. Wow, so 3 pages. So this is a new era you're stepping into. And it really feels very rooted and grounded in your body, and easeful and light and trusting and pleasureful. Pleasureful? Is that a word? Pleasure filled. Peace filled. So yeah, I think stay curious, stay open to what wants to come through for you. Release all societal expectations and empowerment. But it's so funny because usually with the Queen and King of Wands, I would feel this like really intense, powerful, strong, light energy like. And sometimes it would feel really intense with those cards, but I'm really feeling this like, it's kind of like soft sunlight. It's this trusting power that emits from you without effort. Balanced power. Yeah. That's what's ahead of you. And you're going to, and this connection to the earth and to your trajectory and your life's path in a way that feels so present and grounded and rooted and trusting. Wow. And it just really feels very fearless as well. This is really beautiful energy. And I'm really proud of you. I feel like I want to say it, and this might be a channel message from the divine or from a guide, but I'm really proud of you for the work you've put in. I'm really proud of you for sticking to your gut and for walking a path that is not familiar by society, and for feeling those feelings of shame or judgment and still sticking to this path. You know what you're doing. There's a little bit that we need to release here of this deception of what is expected of you. It's probably been a long journey and we've got another push, but this is what's awaiting you. This light, soft power where you know you're provided for, you have everything you need, and not only that, but you have the power to create the life you want. It comes easy. You're guided in this path. And you know you're guided. And every single step of the way is always effortlessly opened up for you. One more card. All right, so we've got the Devil card. This is our final card. Let me channel this. And then we've got Ace of Wands. There might be some energies along this path that misunderstand you. There might be some people around you that misunderstand your path. There might be some energies inside of you that feel unworthy of this beauty, this life that you're being called into. It's a simple life, but it's one of love and connection and pleasure and lightness and feeling provided for in every way. It's a one of desire fulfillment. And I feel like the Devil card is like a sense of unworthiness that might be coming through. And I think that's something to address slowly and steadily as you allow this life to transform in this way, as you allow this lightness in and this goodness in. If any energies are telling you you're unworthy, it feels like a softness that wants to come through, like a gentleness with any heaviness or fear or and I do keep feeling also like judgment from the outside world. If there's like a jealousy energy or people saying you're unworthy of these things or that you haven't done enough work to attain this lifestyle and this life. There's just an awareness of it and a soft awareness that wants to come through of like, you know what? That's okay. That's okay if other people view me in this way. That's their journey. This has nothing to do with me. And I am worthy of this, and I'm proving to the rest of the world that they are worthy of it as well. We are all worthy of it. I am opening this door for myself so that it can continue to help open up doors for other people. My path is a purposeful one, And life is meant to feel easeful. That's one message you're meant to emit to the world. Life is meant to feel easeful and effortless. Life is meant to feel good. If we're doing what our purpose is and we're doing what lights us up, it's meant to feel really good. And that's one of the messages that you are sending to the world. So there might be some backlash from that, or some counteractive energies to that, like just people who believe that that's not true. There's a very rooted sense of you have to work really hard to earn and attain these things. There is also this thought of like a worry or fear that might be coming through. Just be aware if there are worries or fears of you losing these things because you feel like you didn't earn it enough. That ingrained societal belief of like you have to work really hard and you have to like work your life away to attain this type of lifestyle. I mean, that's literally like, that doesn't even make sense. If you're working your life away and you only can earn an easeful, light life if you've worked your life away, then that doesn't even make sense. You're working your life away. You don't have an easeful, light life. So that's an oxymoron. So if you get and you move into these energies and these fears or worries come up around your worthiness of it, just be with them in gentleness and in love, and continue to know that you are worthy. And this is what this lifetime, how this lifetime is meant to unfold for you. And you're meant to teach others, and show others that they can have it too. And if they do the internal work to deem themselves worthy of it as well, and let go of the societal bullshit as well, they can teach themselves how to embrace this type of life and let it in for them as well. That's not to say that you're still human. Of course, you're going to have human emotions and fluctuations and things happen in your life that cause pain. Pain is unavoidable. But you are still meant to feel mostly easeful and mostly free and have this freedom. Like when pain does come, and like if you experience death or you experience heavy shifts, have the freedom and the lightness and the spaciousness in your life to be able to process those things in a healthy way. You know, just stuff like, I really feel like you're meant for abundance, and it's an abundance of easefulness and lightness and love and sacred space to yourself, and the ability to just be yourself and to feel good in that. You are worth all of it. It will not be perfect, but it can get better and better and better. Yeah. So much love and self-love is coming through, and teaching others to feel the same way and to accept the same into their life, and to take charge of their life and what they're worthy of, to reparent themselves, to teach themselves that they're worthy of play and fun and lightness. So, yeah, this is what you're meant to do. And bring a softness to any of these harsh energies that happen to come through. Just bring a softness and a love to it, and a curiosity. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. This is your reading group number 2. Really beautiful. So we are going to enter into the infinite prayer at the end of these readings. The infinite prayer is a collective energy healing session that I channel specifically for the readings that we did that day. And these energy healing sessions are infinite in nature. I recommend that you create a safe, sacred space to receive these. All you need is yourself and an element of faith and knowing that you are worthy of receiving whatever download, whatever transmission that your heart and body and mind need in that moment. You're worthy of it. So that's all you need. Just come into the space and receive the energy healing transmission, and you can download the video. And again, they're infinite in nature. So whenever you need that little boost or that nurturing energy, whatever comes through for you, you can return to the video and listen to it again, and you can, it will be different every time. You'll receive the transmission and it will be different every time. So yeah, once you gain access to it, it's infinite. So thank you so much. I'm going to move on to group number 3 now, but I really appreciate your presence, and yeah, bye. Hello, beautiful human. Welcome to Little Flower Tarot, your floral oracle. My name is Krista, and today we are focusing on the third eye. This is number 6 of a 7-part series on the chakras. This is kind of like a message from your third eye, or just anything pertaining to your intuition or the path you're on, the intuitive path you're on, or your connection to your own intuition. So I'm just leaving it open. You chose the Garden Mum, which the Garden Mum represents cheerfulness, friendship, luck, and rebirth. And I'm going to channel a message directly from the flower, and then we will get into your reading. But yeah, so Garden Mum, what do you have to say to group number 3? It feels like it's saying it's okay to embrace and accept your life exactly out as it is in this moment. There's juice to squeeze out of your life right now. In all of the unmet expectation, in all of the unmet dreams and goals, in everything, there is something really beautiful that wants to be extracted from your life right here, right now, in this moment of your life. You are meant to open up to the beauty that exists inside and all around you right here, right now, even in all of your frustration, even in all of your disheartening feelings that things might have not turned out exactly as you'd hoped, or things you're trying to manifest aren't here yet. It's okay, because there's so much beauty to behold as you are in your life. Right now, you just have to open up to it. You just have to open your mind. There is a new way of connecting to the world around you that's here and available for you right now. You are ready to embrace a new reality right now, in your circumstances as they are right now. There is a beauty and a light to behold. All right. So yes, beautiful message from the Garden Mum. There is beauty in your life as it is, and it really feels like you need to be reminded of that right now, because it seems like maybe there are energies of frustration or unmet goals, and you're being pulled into the present moment and the beauty of your present moment. All right, so I pulled a card from the Herbal Astrology Oracle. It's going to be an overarching theme. And we've got number 25, Cat's Claw, with purification. So in the book, it says that this card is about rewriting the story, connecting to heritage, belonging, worthiness, safety, connecting to your origin, and DNA purification. The astrological ruler are Mars and Pluto. So with the message from the Garden Mum and this purification energy and this connecting to who you really are, this to your DNA, this purification of your DNA, it really feels like right now you're being called into a reconnection with your true soul essence and a reinvigoration of an understanding of where you're at in this moment on your path. This moment. There is so much potency and purpose in this moment. And I have a feeling that this group has been trying to escape the moment. And you're missing something. There's something beautiful to extract here, beautiful to witness here. The present moment holds everything you need right now. Especially, it feels like, especially in your body. Being present with your body, all of the little discomforts or the pleasures, whatever it may be, being present with your body is going to pull you in to the present moment of your life. Being curious about a shift in your consciousness, a shift in the way you view things, the way you see things, and the way you intuit your reality, being open to a shift there is what's being called of you. because the way you're meant to witness your reality in your present moment is meant to shift and change. So we've got the butterfly and the snowdrop with hope. All right. And the elk and ash with strength. All right. So I really do feel like you're being called into witness the beauty of your life as it's been and as it is. And the place you are at right now. You're meant to honor it. I feel like there's been like a cursing of your path, a cursing of where you're at, a dismissal of where you're at. And that's a dismissal of yourself. That's a dismissal of your very life that you're living right now. A dismissal of everything you've done up to this point to get you where you are. Where you are on the path is not what you think. You're on a beautiful moment in your soul's history. You're in a beautiful moment in your soul's history. And you're not witnessing it for what it is. Be open. Be open to a shift in the way you view your life as it is in this moment. The place on on your path that you're in right now. There's more to it than meets the eye. All right, so we're going to get into the tarot now. I almost want to cry with this energy because it really feels like there's been a rejection of your very self. The choices you've made to get yourself to where you are right now have been purposeful, intentional. And where you're at right now is beautiful. And you, in this moment, are beautiful. There's just this feeling of rejection that's been happening of yourself and of your life as it is right now. And that needs to stop. An acceptance. A new understanding of where you're at. An awakening to the truth of your reality. That's what you're being called into. All right, so those were the Herbal Astrology Oracle and the Woodland Wardens, if I did not mention that. And we are in, now I'm pulling from the Enchanted Firaxa Tarot. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so I'm just going to show you the box. But I will list the cards down below as well, if you're curious about these particular cards. So, all right, what else does group number 3 need to learn or know about how they can shift their intuition, how they can open their third eye, how they can change their view of their reality right now? What do they need to know? Okay. We've got the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Air. This one came out, I think it was in, I want to say it was group number 1. That one came out. Same, I think, yeah, group number 1, very strongly. These two cards were in group number 1. Yeah, I think you guys are very closely related to, well, this is crazy. Almost, I mixed them up. That is wild. So a lot of the similar cards in group number 1. So if you were pulled to group number 1, go ahead and go check that out. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes you can pull very similar cards to another reading and the message that is channeled through them is completely different. So if you're feeling called to group number 1, go for it. But if not, we'll see. We'll see what this message is. So the first card that's coming out to me is the 5 of Cups, or the 5 of Water. It's very much about disappointment, sadness, feeling at a loss, feeling like things didn't turn out the way you'd hoped. And I kind of get that feeling. Like, it feels like there's been this, like, you know, judging of one's life as it is as not good enough, or not turning out the way they'd hoped. And so just seeking for that next thing, hoping for something to shift, hoping for something to change, when the thing that needs to change is your own witnessing and understanding of what's really happening in your life. So an inner purification that wants to come through. And yeah, this card's really beautiful. It's like this mermaid who's feeling at a loss, but like in the background there's this beautiful angel with this cup, and she's not seeing it, but it's there. It's been there. There's something to witness here that you've been missing in your life. Yeah, and the center card is the Eight of Swords, feeling stuck, feeling like there's no way out of this reality, or even like she's blindfolded. It's almost like I don't even really want to engage with this reality in it. It's like I'm trying to escape to an internal world or to an external place other than this reality that I'm in right now, this feeling of dismissal of my current reality, and like at the same time feeling stuck within it and feeling like things aren't moving the way I want, when the shift that needs to happen is strongly internal right now. Yeah, so it feels like the disappointment has been in two areas. So we've got the Lover's card and we've got the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about a vision for the future, is about planning for the future, taking steps towards this beautiful vision that you have in mind. And the Lovers is about feeling more connected to your community, or feeling more intimate with the people, more connected and intimate with the people in your life. And it really just feels like your relationships and your connections and this vision for your future that you're working towards, you're feeling, there's a very strong feeling of disappointment in these two areas of your life. And it feels like you feel stuck within that disappointment, or there might be some energies coming in of like, this is, you know what, I've tried, I've done work around this, I've taken actions towards things to change, I've put in energy towards feeling more connected to the people in my life, I've tried, and nothing's changed. So there's almost like this element of like, this is just how it is. Like the Eight of Swords kind of comes with that. It's like, I guess this is just how it is. I guess I'm stuck here. I guess nothing's going to change. It's a very stagnant feeling here. And with the Queen of Swords over here, it feels like a rising above and just a witnessing of all of these heavy energies for what they are, an allowance of them. Before it feels like, well, right now it feels like you're stuck within these energies. You're kind of present with them. You're like, this is just how it is. I guess this is just how it is. So I'm just going to be disappointed, and I'm just going to, like, I guess I'm not worthy, or like anything can come up from that. I guess I'm not worthy of things changing. It's like a giving up energy. But this Queen of Swords wants you to rise and just be with it. It's calling you into a meditative state. Yeah, I'm really feeling like the disappointment here. It really feels weighty. And I just want to say, like, I feel you. Like, I know what it feels like to feel like things can't or won't change, or like I've put in so much effort and things haven't shifted. My life hasn't changed, and even though I've shifted my own energy, I've taken action based off inspiration, and I've put myself in vulnerable positions to go after these things, and nothing's panned out the way I hoped. Yeah. So you're being called into this just allowance of all of this, and honoring of this state that you've gotten yourself into. So this disappointed state, these feelings of stuckness, these feelings of giving up hope, whatever it is, be with it with compassion and love. Let it be there. Let it exist. It's real. It's the way you feel. Don't resist it. Don't think you're doing something wrong because you feel this way. Just be with it. Even if you know that these are temporary energies. You know that you do have, like, another part of you knows that you have the power to shift this, and you have the power to change, and you have the power to move into another space. There's no shame if you don't move into that newer, more inspired, more hopeful space right away. There's no shame if these energies are still visiting you and still holding you back and slowing you down. I think you're being called to honor them, these disappointing energies. You're being called to sit with them, tend to them, love on yourself through them. I think that's going to be the best path forward through this. Letting yourself cry it out, letting yourself be upset that things haven't worked out the way you wanted them to, letting yourself mourn the things that didn't happen, letting yourself mourn the years that you didn't live life to the fullest and that you weren't able to experience life the way you'd hoped. Let yourself mourn for all of that. Let yourself be with these energies. They deserve your honoring. This is a phase you need to walk through, fully walk through, in order for you to move beyond it. There's a beauty here. There's a beauty in your disappointment. There's a beauty in these fallen towers. Let them fall. Yeah. Don't reject them. Don't think there's something wrong with you for feeling them. It feels so good being in this energy and allowing it and sending love to it. It feels, I feel the beauty of it. There's beauty in all of life, even the disappointment and the sorrow and the pain. If you just honor those spaces as a part of who you are, as something you walked through, as something your soul experienced and is experiencing, it will help you all that much more. It will help your heart grow that much more. It will help you know how to help others and tend to others when they're in those spaces and be with others in those spaces without judgment. There's beauty and ripeness right here in your disappointment. Love that. All right, so I'm going to pull a few more tarot cards. It's a pretty simple message. It might be kind of short, but this might just be a short and sweet message. Because maybe that's all you need. A reminder that there's beauty in all of this. All right. Yeah. Like I said, a ripeness. You've got the Empress. Oh my God. And the Queen of Earth. The Queen of Pentacles. Wow. You have everything you need right now. Right here. There's so much love and fertility in this place. Like fecundity. The word fecundity is coming. Like, this is the fertile ground where you plant the seeds for your future and for the love that wants to come through. The new, fresh love. This vision that you've had before that didn't pan out exactly how you want, plant that in the ground. These lost connections, these connections with others that never came to fruition that you thought would, these relationships that didn't end up working out, plant those in the ground, in this space. Let them be seeds for your future, for the beauty and the love that actually really wants to come through and wants to stay. The Queen of Pentacles is about staying power. It's about stability, security, trust, the loyalty. There is a love. There are relationships, intimacy, connection to the world around you that wants to come and wants to stay. These visions, your dreams, they want to come and they want to stay. It might be in a way you didn't expect, but they're coming. The essence of those dreams are still true and want to come forward. the way you thought that they would work out, the visions you had in your mind that you realize now maybe aren't the way that they're going to come forth. Plant those in the ground. Let it all go right now in the grounds of your soul. So much fertility here. Everything that, like the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Earth, and the Empress are here to help you water the grounds of your soul here, so that what comes forward through this is even more true, even more real, even more rooted and secure. So much beauty is coming for you in your life. Honor where you're at right now so that this may happen. This is one of the most beautiful readings ever. Wow. I'm so grateful to channel this for you. I'm going to do this right here with you. I'm going to plant in this fecund soil lost hopes, lost dreams, failed relationships, visions that didn't come true the way I thought they would, or when I thought they would. I now plant these in this beautiful fertile ground, knowing that they will be watered by the Queen of Earth and the Empress. They will be watered by the rains of the heavens, of the earth, the sunlight, the natural sunlight that comes out every day without fail. I don't even have to try, because the earth and the heavens will do what they need to do to take care of these seeds. All I have to do is have faith. All you have to do is have faith. Trust. All right, I think that's it. That is it. We're just going to let that sprout, those little seeds sprout and come up and grow, and we're going to watch our life unfold from a place of fertility and from a place of trust and faith in letting go. Surrender. Yeah. All right. That is your message, group number 3. Really beautiful message. I would call this maybe a message from your intuition, something you're not seeing from your third eye. It's hard. These messages have been very fluid, and maybe that's just in keeping with intuition and third eye. It's like a fluidity to it. So really beautiful. But yeah, we're going to enter into the infinite prayer now. The infinite prayer is an energy healing session that I do after the readings. And it's a space you can enter into to receive an energy healing transmission. I recommend, if you decide to do it, to create a safe, sacred space, light a candle, put on some well, actually, you don't need to put on music. I put music in the video. But go ahead and just create a nice, sacred space to open up to receive whatever wants to come through for you. And you may download the video once you gain access, and it's infinite in nature. So you can always come back to it and receive another energy healing transmission each time. That is the nature of it. That is what I was called to create. And I just trust in the message of how this is meant to unfold. And yeah, thanks. So I might see you there. If not, thank you so much for being present in this reading. It was very beautiful. Thank you. Bye.